How's it going, guys? Welcome to part 46 of the GTO Trainer. First hand here in the hijack, folds around to us in the hijack with Ace 8 offsuit, easy snap fold here. Only really doing, I believe, Ace 10 off and up. Oh no, we're even doing a little bit of Ace 9 as well at a higher frequency, so about 60%, then yeah, Ace 10 all the way up. A little bit of a wider range considering that we are in middle position, especially late middle position, rather than being in early position. Next hand here, exact same hand, however this time facing an open from the cutoff. This is going to be an easy snap fold. Cutoff's going to be opening decently wide here when it folds around to them. Even on the button, when we have absolute position, we do want to be a little bit more favored towards... Actually, no, because I think we want to be a little bit more linear doing a 3-better fold. We do mix in some calls here as well. But majority of them, I think, apart from, so what? Queen Jack suited is going to be a call majority of the time. Ace Jack suited, call majority of the time, just barely. Ace 10 suited, call majority of the time. So I'm guessing just to balance out our calling range there. Just give it a little bit of strength with some certain hands. But yeah, for the most part, playing a 3-better fold strategy so that we don't allow the big blind and small blind to get the really good pot odds to pretty much come along with any garbage, creating some difficult multi-way pots, even though we do have absolute position. Next hand here folds all the way to us in the small blind with Ace Deuce offsuit. I can see this is a very easy call here. Big blind checks this option. 8 for deuce, 2 spades. Yes, we do have bottom pair, but no real reason to bet here. We don't really know what the big blind's going with here. A little bit too thin to go for value. They could be defending with a lot of just suited connectors, overcards that would be calling pretty much any bet, especially on the first street. Could have some under pairs, 6s, 5s, but potentially might have been raising those. But yeah, definitely like a check here once again. Just kind of take our showdown value all the way to the end. Queen of clubs. Still, in my opinion, way too thin to go for any value, because what are we trying to get value from? Like, they're not going to have any strong ace-x that's going to call anything. Not much of in terms of like king highs, ace highs will be calling much. If they have had any connection with those hands, they probably would have already been betting. So I reckon we just take our showdown value, try to realize the equity, and we do against King 3. Take it down. So yeah, so it is a fold pre-flop. Okay. So they're saying a fold pre-flop. So yeah, only really calling at a very, very low frequency. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, we are, what's it called? So we're, opening very, very wide, so we're not really just completing with a lot of our hands. We are with like a very, very low frequency, but majority we are just kind of opening up. You know, I guess take the initiative, be able to go into the flop with an uncapped range versus hopefully a capped big blind range, and putting them on more defensive. Next hand here, under the gun opens, folds around to us in the small blind. This is going to be an easy snap fold with Ace 4 suited. Under the gun, very, very tight, strong range, and small blind there. We are kind of more weighted towards some Ace 4 suited, definitely right characteristic of hand, but we just want something a little bit more connected rather than something that's a triple gapper. Exact same hand, well, under the gun, same person opening, rather. So under the gun opens, folds around to us in the button with some offsuit garbage, easy snap fold. Once again, under gun opens, under the gun +1 with some offsuit garbage. We're going to be playing a 3-better fold strategy against such a strong under the gun range. And as you can see, just very, very tight here, pretty much from majority positions. Next hand here, hijack opens, we got some offsuit garbage into the small blind, easy snap fold. Next hand here, folds around to us in the hijack with some offsuit garbage, easy snap fold, even as a suited hand, not going to be a open. We can open, as you can see, a little bit wider, given that we are in middle position, rather in contrast to early position. Next, speaking of early position, got some offsuit garbage in the earliest of positions, and the tightest of positions as well. Exact same, ace-6, once again, not going to be an open under the gun, not going to be open in majority of positions at that as well. I believe button, yes, cutoff, stretching it, potentially, and then small blind would be an open. But yeah, in the under the gun, very, very tight, strong range, ace-6 does not fit that bill. Next hand here, folds around to us in the button, this is going to be an easy open with king-9 offsuit. I believe we're opening all offsuit variations until, hang on, let's double check this. So I'm pretty certain we're opening all until, I think it's a 9 actually, or maybe a little bit high. I know we're opening all of our suited kings, all of our suited aces obviously, but I think offsuit it's a close one, but I think it's 9. 8, but yeah, so 9 with our jack and queen. And then we are opening king 8 as well at a little bit of a frequency, and then king 7 at a very small frequency. And then, yeah, all of our suited pretty much, even jack 4 suited as well. And then, yeah, opening up over here as well with some of our suited gappers, suited double gappers as well, utilizing that absolute position. So flop comes queen 6, 4, 2 spades. Big blind comes out with a 1/3 bet. We should have range advantage given that we are the pre-flop aggressor, however, doesn't hold and on a very queen, slightly dynamic board, does have a flush draw out there and a straight draw as well that could have some very easy open-endeds here. For example, they could have 5-7, then they could have also hit some 2 pairs as well, some queen 6 suited, queen 4 suited, and then just pretty much any queen, spade draws as well. They're not going to have any real strong ace-x that would come out and bet here, so we don't really have much going on for our hand strength at all. Yes, potentially we could go for 3 bet here. It's probably the only real, because we're not really going to be calling, because what are we calling for? We're kind of just calling thinking that they have air potentially, but then we kind of set ourselves up to kind of be either, hey, we think you're bluffing, we're prepared to go all the way, or we're going like, hey, we think you're bluffing, can you do it on another street, and then give up there. So I kind of just like a fold here, even if they don't have something good, as it turns out they do, well, as in they don't have anything, even if they don't, when we're kind of just calling to say, hey, we don't think you have anything, and we're just going to call you down, or we come in with a 3 bet, just try to get value from all their air. So yeah, pretty much always going to be a fold. So yeah, we're pretty much, like, the call there just doesn't make any sense, because what are we calling for? We have no draws. Yes, we have 1 overcard, but that's about it. Yes, they could just be stabbing at this or donking with this with pretty much any 2 cards, but we're mostly, like, a raise there is only getting called by better and folding out worse. So even, what's it called? I'm pretty certain a flush draw has like 40% equity as well. And you know, they would be betting all of those, but then they could also have some queen X, for example. Not going to have much strong queen X. It seems like a very interesting donk. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a donk at a very low frequency. Yeah, extremely low frequency. But yeah, just no real point to be calling there. Next hand here, folds around to us, under the gun +2 with some offsuit garbage. Nice easy snap fold, under the gun 2, pretty similar to the under the gun range, just add in a couple extra hands. Next hand here, folds around to us on the button with ace-8 offsuit. It's going to be an easy open. Yep, so 3 bet from the small blind, seen that a bunch of times, so they're going to be 3 betting decently wide, considering that we're on the button. So they are going to be 3 betting a little bit. Oh, actually, no, they're going to be 3 betting decently strong. So it's on. So they do. Hang on, which one? Oh, hang on. When, because button's going to be opening very, very wide. So small blind's going to be incentivized to 3 bet wider. Even given, well, they're incentivized to definitely be 3 betting with a lot of their like premium hands, because the likelihood of them being outkicked is a lot lower than versus an under the gun, where they would most likely be outkicked in a lot of situations. This is definitely, while I'm just thinking about this is definitely an easy fold. Ace-8 outkicked in a lot of situations, facing a 3 bet. We don't want to be playing an overbloated pot with a very polarized hand. doesn't have much chance of improvement. Doesn't play well post flop and can get us into danger. But so here, what is there? Hang on. So yeah, small blind is it's 3-betting a little bit wider, but still decently strong. So yeah, definitely still decently strong, but they are 3-betting a little bit wider. And then obviously, yeah, button easy fold for a lot of our offsuit garbage, a lot of our weak suited garbage. Well, not weak suited, not garbage, but weak suited hands, a lot of our suited gappers, all this type of stuff. And then just kind of continuing with some top of range. We are going all in with a couple random hands, a decent bit of a frequency, and then raising our really, really strong stuff, calling with a lot of some of our suited stuff, and some post-flop playability stuff, utilizing our position to be playing those that have a little bit of post-flop playability. Next hand here, we open the cutoff with ace-7 suited, get 3-bet by the button. Get 3-bet by the button. Button's going to be 3-betting decently wide given their absolute position and given that we open from the cutoff, so the button can 3-bet wider as a result. Ace-7 suited, most likely going to be a fold. Yes, we do have this the nut suited, but not a lot of post-flop playability. We either hit our hand or we don't. We either get the flush draw or we don't. No real much improvement from there, and our ace-x can easily be dominated by a lot of stronger ace-x that could be in the buttons range. This is going to be an easy fold. So we continuing. So we're going with a raise. So I guess the idea is we don't want to be. Well, I don't understand why we wouldn't want to be calling, because like if we call, at least we're not over bloating the pot. Not incentivized to like get into an SBR situation, and I guess because the raise just kind of opens us up to a 5-bet jam or a 5-bet that we have to then fold to. Also means that like denies any equity that we could have. Doesn't let us see a flop. But I guess it could also be that like we're just trying to narrow down what the button's range is, because as we can see, yeah, so the button will be 3-betting decently wide, given how wide the cutoff is opening. Very similar from the cutoff here as a button facing a 3-bet from the small blind in the previous hand. So yeah, kind of just raising a lot of our really strong stuff, no jamming, but then yeah, calling with some of our suited stuff, still continuing with some of our suited connectors, and even folding some of our pocket pairs, and then folding all of our weak suited and our offsuit stuff. So next hand, low jack opens when the small blind with ace-10 offsuit. I believe this is going to be so facing middle position, can be outkicked in a lot of situations, out of position. I believe this is going to be a fold. So yeah, outkicked in a lot of situations, not a lot of post-flop playability. So yeah, we're even folding ace-jack as well, and we're only really continuing with a decent amount of calls here. I guess, you know, so yeah, it's like how I said before, we're calling a lot more versus earlier positions, and we're raising a lot more versus late positions, given how we already can narrow down early position raises, like their range a lot more. Whereas we need to start narrowing down a lot more of these late position opens, given how wide they can be opening. Next hand here, under the gun opens when the button with some offsuit garbage. Nice easy snap fold. Cutoff opens, we got an offsuit queen. Nice easy snap fold. So yeah, button's going to be... Yep, so a lot of 3-betting versus what is a very wide open range from the cutoff, but mostly weighted towards, so we got a lot of our suited hands, some offsuit hands as well, and then continuing with some calls in order to protect our calling range there. We'll do a couple more hands. Let's get to 20, if it's nice and easy. Low jack opens, hijack, offsuit ace, that's going to be dominated a lot of situations, polarizing hand, not going to hit a lot of boards, and could get us into a lot of trouble post-flop. Next hand here, under the gun +1, with the 69 suited hand, easy snap fold. Next hand here, cutoff. We can open in the cutoff with king 8 suited, get 3-bet by the button. This is going to be an easy snap fold. we would be coming in with some 4-bets at decently wide range. Yeah, a little bit wide here, calling with some of our suited hands. Yeah, so decently linear in terms of like we're really raising our strong stuff, calling with some of our middle stuff, even raising with some of our weaker stuff in order to balance out our top of range to make sure they get called, or make sure we realize that the EV, make sure we realize that by balancing out our range. Beauty. So there's our 20 hands, 25 moves, 99% GTO score. Pretty easy session all in all. 24 best moves, 1 correct move. The 1 correct move being all the way down here with the ace-deuce hand. Should have been a fold pre-flop. Versus, I believe, yeah, so it was just limped around, what's it called? Folded around to us. We chose to limp in. Should have been a fold, but then played it fine post-flop in terms of just jacking down. Realizing our equity. Taking advantage of our showdown value. Beauty, so I hope you guys learned something. Enjoy yourselves, have a good one, and as always, play well.